A very, very warm welcome to session number 4 of Sing Victoria Requiem. We're looking at the Agnus Dei and the Communio, two beautiful movements, and actually at least one of them is very, very difficult to sing. We'll dig into that in just a moment. Time to get you going now, so should we do some warming up? Now we're going to do a fairly tricky exercise which is going to activate the core, but particularly get the diaphragm moving and responding to the breath. So usually I'd say put hands on tummy, but I actually want you to find your diaphragm. So if anyone doesn't know where that is, if these are the bottom of my ribs, then I find it in the squidgy bit before the bones meet together. So just have a little feel, give it a little gentle prod. It's where you would be winded if anybody would, give you a good clout in there. And just gently press your hands in. That's it. And we're going to do some panting, literally panting like a little dog. So we're going to try on the at vowel like this. Can you try? And. Now, if you're getting air in and out, which is what panting is, then you should feel some flickering going on in the diaphragm. You should feel it kind of moving under your fingers. If you can't feel it, then either you're in the wrong place or you're not pressing quite hard enough. Now, I don't want you to hurt yourself, but you can press in. It's not going to do any damage. Now we're going to try panting on the O vowel. So nice O as in hot. And. Whew, it's quite hard work actually, isn't it? But it's such a good one for getting the breath to respond and to go with the voice, okay? Rather than this feeling of disconnect sometimes we get. We're going to use the V fricative. So just say that sound for me. V. That's it. You try and. One more and. Very good. I think you are nicely warmed up, so it's time to open that very, very tricky Agnus Dei. So go ahead and get your scores ready, please. Great start, everyone, and really good to acclimatise yourself with that piece. And I can only apologise for the slow speed. On reflection, it does feel very slow, but it's an Agnus Dei, and we're kind of now in the latter stages of the Requiem, so we've got to be very reverent and slow. But I did promise that I would give you a tip about how to keep the air flowing and to not get tight as we sing these very long lines. Instead of practicing with the long notes like it's going to be really tough. I want you to do a bit of scat singing. So we're going to sing doobie doobie doo like this. Doobie 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 doobie. So that's still the tempo if I was conducting in minims, but we're actually subdividing all of those long notes into lots of little notes so that the air actually packages itself really evenly through the bar. If you don't do that, then it's likely you'll be splurging somewhere, or even worse, not using your air very much in places. So can we all sing the cantus 2 part at whichever octave suits? So either the octave I'm singing it at, tenors and basses, do, do, for the upper voices, and we're singing doobie doobie doo. Ready? 1 and 2 and doobie 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 doobie. Now it feels and sounds ridiculous, I realise, but I was rather impressed even with myself there. I don't know how you guys got on, but my breath lasted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.5 bars before I actually had to take a new one. It certainly wouldn't work if I was just singing the open vowels on those long semi-breves. So I know you can't sing doobie doobie doo in the Requiem. That wouldn't be very good, but it actually just helps to train the voice. But let's move on to the next movement, the Communio. So well done, great start everyone. It's I was about to say it's sounding lovely. I know our track is sounding lovely, very proud of what Miranda and I have done, and I just know that you are sounding lovely. I just know it, okay? Now, I think it's a wonderful moment at bar 18, don't you? That quia pius es. We go from a very densely kind of polyphonic texture on the page, everyone interweaving, to suddenly all coming together. Put a little accent on the qui. So could you write that in? Just a gentle accent. Now, I'm not talking a kind of Walton-esque accent. I'm talking about an early music, very subtle kind of accent. Not like this, qui, but qui. So you're just pressing the sound a little bit and then coming off it, but still within the realms of forte. So here are your notes for that moment. I'll just give you the downbeat. I'll give you 1 and then give me that accent on the forte. And 1. That's it, good. Now, a little bit of harmony exploration. See where he goes. He starts in A major and he ends up back in A major, but he goes on a lovely little trip. A major, D major, C major, F major, B flat major, and finally, back to A major. Isn't that lovely? He could have just done, but he didn't, and that's what is so good about Victoria. Sing it with all your heart and just get into this beautiful music. So enjoy, everyone. Here we go.